Apfel Dr. Germany, my name is Ben. Hello and welcome to the micro soldering show. Please eat your Fleischkäse. And today it's Monday. We have 20 minutes after 12. So 20 minutes before our new dates for the bottle repair school came online for the last date in this year for December. And we got already 2 places sold out. I think the next 2 will be sold within the next minutes. So last time to that special price, to that cheap special price. Next year it goes up. It is more expensive. And yeah, the dates for January next year will come next month online on our website. Okay, what do we do today? We do an iPhone X repair. It was at another shop, and they changed the back cover and they changed the screen. After that, the device was at the customer for about 1 hour, and then the device doesn't work anymore. He brought it back to the company and they tried to solve, but they didn't found any error. So the device came to us. We checked it by DC power supply, and I saw that we got a problem that the value comes when you press on start directly 150 milliamps, and then it goes up to 350, down to 100, up to 300, and so on and so on, up down, up down, up down, up down. Okay, so in this case normally I do the following. I don't use the thermal cam before, because always when I do iPhone X repairs I do board reball because of the bad solder which is used at factory side. So I want to get out the phone with a fresh reballed board and new solder on it, so we didn't got any problems a month later and the customer comes and says, hey, you repaired it and now it doesn't work. Then I have to say, yeah, the board, it's a board break and it's no guarantee. So I just do always separating the board and do reball. Okay, point 1. Point 2, after I separated the board, what I already did on Saturday as my last work before the weekend, I just separated the boards and cleaned the pads, and then I did only the top layer board to the DC power supply. And normally, if the board is good, we should have about 60 milliamps, 60 to 70 milliamps, 65, 66 value like this. Okay, but this board, when you start directly 150, then 350, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's a short. It's not a short on a main line like VDD main or BAT VCC. It's just a short on a line like PP1V8IO or PP3V0 NAND, things like that. Okay, it's not like on the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus when you start the device and you got about 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 amps. Then you directly know I got a problem normally with 3V0 NAND. On the iPhone X it's complete different. For the values on the power supply you have to check that. Write your values so you know. I know for me when I got this jumping down and going up value on power supply, I got a short on a line. Okay, not on the main line, but on a line like 1V8 IO or 3V0 NAND or 1V1, things like that. I often saw that. Okay, so now let's just okay, we just need to go onto the thermal. Okay, I just give you on hands. No, I don't give you on hands, I just give you under the microscope. Because I won't show my thermal cam, you know that. I show you really much things, but I don't want to show the thermal cam. I hope you understand that. And I think some secrets everybody must have. So that's my secret, my thermal cam. So we just push the board. What do you search? Here. Oh no, sorry. Here. I already got it on here. Yeah. So, when we now test, first we check the power IC. Do you see that? It looks really amazing. Okay. And now we check the other side. and I think we should see something lightening up too. And here, great. Do you see that? Should be no, it's not. Normally I have in my head, I did one before, I think on Friday, and I think it's 1v8IO. Okay, so let's see what about that. And we see, yeah, this cap is already, do you see, it doesn't have much contact, and it looks like the overflow already blew up. So put it away, get it away, and I won't replace this cap. Why? I don't need it. There are enough on this line for stabilization, and we have the power IC next beside, we have the main CPU next by side, some coils, and I don't want to use much heat here because I don't want to affect any of these components at the other side. Okay, so we just remove this cap, we just kick it away, and it was really loose already, and then we check again for the value, and now we should have a right value, I think. So what about when I give you on hands, what about when we now try to boot, and we got about what I said, between 60 and 70 milliamps, 65, so that's great. Okay, here's the board. Okay, you see, and here should be the kicked out cap. So that's nice. Now it should be done. So 7 minutes and it should be done. But now we have to do the rebore of the board. We did it in many videos together, but we do it one more time again. Okay, so we just put the board down here, then we just clean the stencil one time. Check Instagram, our new shirts, boom, back to life again, and I Love Micro Soldering are coming. I think they will arrive within this week or the next week, and then we can just directly ship them out for those who have pre-ordered them. We get a small batch, only about 100. Last time I checked, we had more reservations than we get on shirts, but that's no problem. We will get new ones after that. We get a new batch. It's no problem. So we just can do the pre-ordering if you want. And you see, we just have to put solder in here. So I just explained one more time why I don't use low melt solder. Low melt solder, it's more easy to reball the board with low melt solder. Okay, you can do it by helping of a preheater. You don't get any stencil bend because you don't have to use as much hot air, but you got the same problem on the board as before, because of this low melt solder. It's just not as hard as the 183. It just doesn't get as hard as this. You can easily test it. Take 138 ppd paste and give hot air on it, and after that you just take a knife to test how hard the solder is. And you will see, when you use a 183 next beside to that and do the same test, that the 183 is more stable than the 138. So when the phone gets a bend, or it heats up in the sun or things like that, you often get problems with the 138 solder, which is used in the factory for production of the phone too. So I don't want to risk the same error when I do the reball of the board. So what I do, I just use 183, and the solder is more stable. The connection between the boards is more stable. When the phone gets a little bent, it's no problem. The solder will let this do. It's really no problem. So in my opinion, it's the better way to do it like that. I have to say something because I heard that somebody said Ben was at another country to learn CPU work. I didn't learn CPU work anywhere. I just learned it by myself, really. I was at another country a time before, but there we couldn't learn anything. Andy was with me, so I didn't learn anything about CPU or things like that at another country. That's just not right, okay? So let's just start the reball of the board. Okay, so there are other possibilities to reball the boards. So I know people, they mix PPD 183 and PPD 138 to low down the melting point. That's not a nice thing on this at this board, like I said, because then we have the same problem as before. The solder doesn't get as hard as the 183 alone. So see that here? It's no problem, it's just ground. Always take your time. Go one time over the whole board. So when you work with low melt, you're just a little bit faster, I think, because the solder melts more fast, but you haven't got the same stabilizing effect as when you work with 183. But it's more difficult. It's not as easy when you reball it with 183. Okay, should be done. Take a fresh clean room wipe, just some contact cleaner, go over the board, lift the stencil up. Let's see, and here you can see that's what I saw already before on reballing, and that's not a problem because here we only have ground pads, except if it were other pads it would be no problem. So we just take this out here and put it here. You see? So you see, and now we should have same size balls here. Yeah. That's just a little trick I use when I see with my eyes that something like this happens, okay? So now we just use some flux, go through the whole board, and just blast it one time to reset the balls. Just a quick reflow of the whole board. Done. Wait a short time and you see this 183 cools much more down or gets much faster hard because the melting point is much higher than a low melt solder. So you save time on cooling down or on melting. Not on melting, on getting back to the form, okay? So now just use your brush and brush the board one time. To get it clean, use a wipe, push slightly on it, and then you should have a clean board. Get it on your preheater and just use some flux again. Some flux here. So we have again about 65 milliamps on the top layer board without connected to the bottom layer board. That should be okay. Before that we had jumping value, so it's done. And now we just need to set the board. Okay, looks good. Here you see the cap which I knocked out, okay? In theory, you could knock out this cap after controlling by thermal without separating the board. That's right, it would be no problem. But, like I said, we give 12 months of warranty on the device after the repair. And because I know of the problems with this board, I don't want to risk that a customer comes back with a different error. So board break with no damage, like car drives over the device or it falls from the 6th floor. So just board break or cold solder joints between the board halves without doing anything, and I want to prevent that, so I just use to reball the board every time I get a repair of an iPhone X in. Okay, it's much better than only do the repair on the top side, and after a few months the customer has another problem and then you have to do it again. That makes no sense for me. So now I just use some hot air to help, just to speed up the whole process. I only use a small amount of hot air to don't affect the other components on the board. So it looks just great when the board goes down. You see the solder is melting, it gets shiny, and then the board just comes down. And when you see that, you know it's just done. Where's DHL, David? Did Alex really said he comes again, or did he said? So, preheaters put it off. Board looks really good. So just wait a short time, then we can just take out the board, lay it down here. Okay, so let's go by just taking the screen for the device. We are about 21 minutes. I think that's okay for this repair. Just plug on the screen and use our iPhone X power cable for the iBoot box. And now we can just get power on the device and boom! Back to life again. We see an Apple just waiting for the boot, and you see a repair like this can be really fast with using 183, not by using any low melt. Okay, Face ID error is normal because I just didn't connect it to Face ID. Here you can see all the data on the phone. I can control it with the touch screen, no problem. So now I will just clean up the board around, then put back the glue stickers on the board, put back the gum on the board around the FPCs, get the phone completely assembled, and then it goes back to the customer. I hope you enjoyed the video, or should I? Well, it's okay. I only thought 22 minutes. It's a short video, but yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. Okay, just finding the short, removing the short, and just knowing about the jumping values up down for the iPhone X top layer board. Okay, so the new dates for the Board Level Repair School Germany are online since 12 o'clock. 2 seats already sold. Perhaps while I'm doing this video there are another seats sold. I just don't know, but if you want to join the class, just be fast because it will be rapidly sold out. If you want to learn things like that easily on the Board Level Repair School Germany, and if you are working at the repair industry for smartphones and tablets, just join our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany. If you want to have a shirt like Boom Back to Life Again or I Love Micro Soldering, just check Instagram. I posted the layouts for that and the shirts, how they look. Really amazing. I'm out. We see us with the next video. Boom! Back to life again. Your Spam.